Hello, everyone. It's Robin Nash at Hot 97.5 and 103.9 with Walk the Moon.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
This is so exciting. So you guys have a big show at the Van Buren tonight. Welcome back to Arizona. I know you've been here before. And you're here on tour for your new album, What If Nothing?
That's right.
What
Yes.
if nothing?
Mhm.
I've been trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
I've never been thrown back.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
What if nothing? I thought about it. What if nothing bad happens and everything goes my way?
Yeah, great.
Love that.
What does it mean to you? Is that what
It's
the
like
album
that,
title means?
you know. We on this record we dance a lot between the dark and the light and possibility and fear, you know. So what if could be the beginning of all your fears, like, oh my God, what if it all goes wrong? What if it all goes to hell? Or what if there's nothing stopping me? What if I'm a superhero, you know?
I love that. And actually, you guys took a break for a couple of years. So were you nervous? I mean, what made you break up and then, well, not necessarily break up, but take the break and come back full force the way you are right now?
It felt like a couple of years. It was only really like 6 months. Yeah. But we were on the road pretty hardcore for like 5 years straight, pretty much. And taking the break was really powerful for us because it was the first time we ever had, you know, in the history of the band that we were able to really consider life outside of the band. So to come back together was a conscious choice. You know, there was a possibility we might not. So, but we did. And here we are, and we went through a lot of ups and downs, life experiences that fed this really raw, emotional record.
Well, I'm glad you did. Of course, people in the room know for sure Shut Up and Dance was a masterpiece. I mean, that was the biggest hit on the radio for so long. And now 1 Foot is just this amazing hooky sing-along song.
Thank you.
You're in the desert doing it in your video. So where are you? I mean, it almost looks like you're in Arizona, but I know it's not.
It's Joshua Tree, actually.
Joshua Tree, a
Yes.
majestic place.
Totally, yeah, alien landscape.
So what made you go down to the Joshua Tree to do 1 Foot?
Well, the desert is well, it's a theme in the song 1 Foot, and it's something that came up a lot when we were working with our album artist, Felipe Posada, who's done all the beauty. I don't know if you guys have checked out the artwork for the record and the singles, but he does these beautiful, surreal.
The kid on the front with the blue light in front of him, where he's almost looking at an image of himself.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Whoa.
I love that.
I had never
really?
interpreted it that way before.
That's
so
how I
fun.
saw it.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah. So we just feel like there's lots of magic in the desert, and it's kind of like that. What if, like, it's this blank slate where maybe no life is meant to exist, but it's the beginning. Could be, you know, it's the beginning of everything.
It almost sounds like Stranger Things.
Totally.
Are you guys watching that on Netflix? Did you finish that?
Crushed it
Quickly. Yeah.
Binge watch that thing, because that's kind of almost like a weird thought when you're watching Stranger Things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, well, that's pretty amazing. I'm really impressed with that. If these listeners and fans haven't heard the whole album yet, what would be the one song that would give someone the essence of who, you know,
It's a tough
the
one.
band is?
There's a song called Press Restart, and I think that it kind of just drops you right into our headspace as a band, where we were when we were making that record, and how things have sort of restarted and regenerated for us. I think it's a great place to start right at the beginning of the record.
So it's funny you say that particular song, because Headphones is a crazy, almost different type of song for you guys. So what was behind that song? What if I was a first-time listener and that was the song I
That was
zoned
the
in
thing
on?
you listened to?
I listened to everything.
You know what? I think that's
But
going
that
to
one,
be
yeah.
your experience. I think that's going to be your experience pretty much putting on any song from this record. You know, you're going to listen to one song and then you're going to listen to the rest of the record, and it's like, well, that, you know, those things were loosely connected. I understand. But
Is that the first song that you did when you got back together?
It was one of them for sure. All I Want was also up there, which is also on the record. But it was Headphones. We were getting together for the first time in like 6 or 7 months. We were in a tiny, grimy studio in Austin, Texas, like closer to each other than we really wanted to be, you know? And you know, the election was coming down the pipeline, and like you know, regardless of what side you are on, you know that it was a tense time in our country. You know, it was like, you know, we had all of this going on in our hearts, and this, you know, this song just kind of poured out.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
what music does, though. It gets people away from all the craziness that's happening in the world, and people come together because of music. And that's what you guys are
Yeah.
providing for everyone, especially at your concerts.
Right. That's a big thing for us. You know, the live experience is really the heart of what we do. You know, like we love writing and we love making records, but the best part of the job and the thing that keeps us like going on tour is the promise of the show and seeing people responding to the music. You know, that's really the only time we get to interact with people and the music at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Like otherwise, people are having these private experiences away from us with the tunes, and so being able to experience them with the listener is
It must be
special.
fun to be on stage and see people chanting and singing your songs.
Oh, it's wild.
Knowing your
best.
lyrics.
So surreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it means the same thing to other people as it does to you.
Right.
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 It definitely doesn't. Right.
No, of
Like,
course.
right.
Everyone thinks about their own life when they're
right. They
singing
fill
your
in the
song.
blanks with their own stories, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I love that. What gets you up in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah. Besides a yummy breakfast. I think Eli was just touching on it. You know, the most magical part about this is getting to connect with people in the audience live while it's all happening spontaneously, and anything could go wrong at any moment, you know, and that's real rock and roll, and that's where we get to invite you and everyone at the show into our universe and transport you on our, you know, on the spaceship, and that only happens in that one moment, you know, that only happens that night, and then it never happens the same again. And I think that's the magic that we really live for.
Are you finding the same excitement and the joy from when Shut Up and Dance was so huge with One Foot now going all over the radio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now, you know,
So good.
it's been fun to be able to like you know, when we first introduced One Foot into the set, we were playing it early so that, you know, we were kind of working up towards Shut Up and Dance, and now we've been able to progressively move it later and later, and the reaction has gotten bigger and bigger, you know. And the song kind of has chants built into it, you know. There's that big hey during the chorus, and just like everyone yells it at me, and like, I don't know, I think on the street it would probably scare me, but in the you know, in the context of a concert, it's really moving and awesome.
People yell "Hey" to me on the street all the time.
Hey, you with the
Hey, get out of my yard.
I'll tell you what, if you want to hand me those
these
Valentine's
Valentines?
Oh, they're
Day is next
Valentines.
week. So
Oh,
I thought it'd be
man.
fun for each of you. You could just take one and pass along. They're not in particular for anyone. They're just for all of you.
Can I
And then you have
re-gift this
to, so
my
you
wife?
get chocolates for Valentine's Day. And then you get, did you ask if you can re-gift?
to my wife.
Absolutely.
Love you.
And then you have to read the question and answer it in order. Kevin, you can start.
There we go. When you're not performing, who would you pay for a ticket to see in concert? Oh man, this is a tough one. Because I just love getting the free backstage pass.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Who
But who would I
would you
pay
pay
for?
for?
Oh, okay. So recently, David Byrne announced that Talking Heads are going to go back on tour,
What?
and they're gonna. He said it's going to be the most ambitious tour since you know, help me out here. Stop making sense. So yeah, I would pay whatever David Byrne wants me to
Talking
pay.
Heads. That's a great band.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nick?
If you could be a character on Game of Thrones, who would it be and why? What's the Viper, the Viper Prince of Dorne?
Oberyn?
Prince Oberon, yeah. I just think he's sexy as hell. I want to be that guy.
And I've seen every episode, and I don't necessarily know their names by heart. So which one's that?
He's the one that fights the. He's the one that fights the mountain.
Not the White Walker.
No. He fights the big guy in the in the ring.
Oh, I love that guy.
Trial by combat. Right.
guy who dies.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody dies. Everybody dies in that show.
All right, that's a good answer. We'll think of you next season.
All right, my question is, If you could reenact a sexy scene from a movie, would it be Patrick Swayze with Demi Moore, pottery wheel scene in Ghost, or Christian Grey with Anna Steele, Red Room in 50 Shades of Grey? It would definitely be Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore in Ghost, because I love pottery.
Oh, spinning the wheel. I do too. That's such a sweet scene. That was a sweet scene.
That was
Successfully
something
evaded.
useful that you could like put in your house.
Sidestep.
My question is, when you're home cooking dinner, which I don't really do at home, what is your go-to dish that makes you feel like a master chef in your own kitchen? Master chef. My go-to is it's fried fish. I love frying fish in my house. My go-to is the last time I cooked fried chicken, I kind of felt like master chef because everybody ate it before I could eat some.
Actually, deep fried, not baked.
Yeah, no, deep fried. There's still oil stains around my pool.
Delicious. Well, thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. Well, Walk the Moon, everybody, playing tonight. Van Buren. It's going to be an amazing show. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you.
Thanks
for
Really
having
appreciate
us.
you coming here.
Thanks.
Yay. Thanks, guys.